Hello and welcome to the Sideboard here at the Seattle Open Series. This is Cedric Phillips, StarCityGames.com's newest addition to our staff as an online content coordinator.
I'm excited. I know it's a pretty fun, pretty big deal.
Yeah, well, to commemorate your start, you actually had a weekend off to battle. No commentating, just fighting.
A weekend off is kind of rare for me, so the fact that I actually get to sit down, play some cards, actually grip some cards, because I was thinking back about the last time I actually gripped cards and shuffled a deck, Charlotte for the Grand Prix.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Must be nice, that's all I can say. So anyway, you are playing an update to a deck we actually deck teched last weekend, which was the red-green aggro deck popularized by Ross Merriam. Caleb Durward played it last weekend in Milwaukee. But you're playing a version that has added black for Falcon Wrath Aristocrat.
Yeah.
Primarily.
Yes, mostly.
You've started off this event 3-0, and Tommy Ashton is 7-0 over in the WMCQ in DC with a very similar deck list. So looks like it's working out for you guys.
Yeah, you know, I was testing this deck on stream most of this week, giving it a try. Ross Merriam is becoming a pretty good friend of mine, if you guys know Ross and his beard. Top 8 of the Invitational, and he top 8 it with the green-red deck, and no one saw that deck really coming, and I was wondering, you know, why is it good, why is it bad? Talking with Ross about how good Thundermaw and Bonfire are right now. So I decided to test it on stream, and one of the things I found out, Glenn, is that Hellrider, stinky, not good. The first time it runs into a Restoration Angel, it's gotta go.
So the primary loss being Hellrider, and the double red obviously very difficult on the mana base, especially lets you not like really take advantage of Gyre Stage when you have multiple red spells you want to cast.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty strange that, you know, in a green-red deck, you would think that it has good mana. It actually has pretty poor mana. It doesn't make any sense, really. And so by adding a third color and splashing Aristocrat, you actually get better mana, which it seems counterintuitive. But we see like 3-color decks have much better mana than 2-color decks. So you're either 3 colors or more, or a singleton color. Sure. And then 2-color decks just don't work. So
the big difference being like Overgrown Tomb and any red land letting you cast an Aristocrat versus your Hellrider requiring just straight up red.
Yeah, that's pretty much the big deal. So.
One other change that you have made is you went a little deep on Borderlands Rangers. 3-mana 2/2. How's he doing?
Near and dear to my heart. It took me a while to cut the 4th one, but I did. I did it this morning for a Dreadbore. So basically, like, the issue with this deck is it's super powerful. Its good draws are insane, and you need to make sure that you can consistently have the good draws. There's a lot of games where you just have to keep like a 2-lander and cross fingers, and when you don't draw the 3rd land, no bueno. So I got tired of like losing that way. Borderlands Ranger like helps you facilitate some of those draws while letting you actually still kind of cheat on mana by only having to play 23. It takes land out of your deck, so you know it increases the number of spells that you get to draw over the course of the game. It's just pretty nice overall. It kind of sucks that it's a 2/2, but we can't get everything we want.
Can't be an actual perfect Magic.
No. If it was a 3/3, it'd probably have to be banned. So.
The deck really leans heavily on the top end. Your Thundermaw Hellkites are obviously really powerful alongside Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. You just go to the sky against other Thragtusk decks. Go to the sky against Thragtusk decks since you're not really one.
Yeah, I mean, go to the sky against that deck. Go to the sky against any Boros Reckoner deck. Also, of course, not Thragtusk, Thundermaw Hellkite and Aristocrat, perfect against Restoration Angel. So you're kind of good. You're kind of good against like the best creatures in the format, which is where you want to be. Also, can go over the top of Loxodon on Smiter.
Okay.
So.
I know that one of the changes a lot of people made to Ross's list was the slicing of Bonfire for things like Searing Spear, which he posted, no, that's terrible. You agree? The Bonfire.
You ever miracled a Bonfire before?
No, Cedric, actually I haven't.
No, don't cut him. Don't cut him. Just don't do that. It's realistic for you to hardcast them for like a relevant amount because you have Arbrel, you have Gyre Sage who can actually grow, you have Borderlands Ranger to help hit your land drops. And then when you miracle them, it can be a complete and utter blowout. So Searing Spear is a nice card, whatever. I'd rather have like Dreadbore or Abrupt Decay before that. But Bonfire is just irreplaceable. And it kills all the Lingering Souls tokens too. Just don't cut it, people. Don't do it.
Yeah, your deck seems fantastic against Lingering Souls, which is a nice place to be with everyone moving on to Act 2.
Yeah, it's just a fantastic spot to be right now.
All right, well, moving over to your sideboard, we have some options that are not that stunning. You know, a couple removal spells to add to what we've already got, some specific ones to help you deal with Boros Reckoner. But you also can move into this like mid-range game plan with your Planeswalkers and Thragtusks available. So how do you wind up utilizing these guys?
You know, there are certainly matchups where like one of your 4-drops is going to be bad. It's either Rampager or Aristocrat, depending on your matchup, depending on like how many Tragic Slips you think they are going to have. You can move that sort of way, and then when you're into control deck, you know there are these cards like Burning Tree Emissary. They're super mediocre. Gyre Sage are super mediocre. You want to be able to go long with them because that's what they want you to do, and you don't have like a psycho draw like Naya Blitz does to make it so that you can kill them before Verdict. So that's when your Planeswalkers come in like Domri and Garruk Relentless, which give you a different angle of attack instead of just dude, cross your fingers. So, you know, obviously these cards have other... The nice thing about these cards is that they fight, So they're good against like your mid-range green mirrors too. They'll let you battle their creatures and stuff. And then there's other utility with like Domri Ultimate is realistic against Esper, and then flipping Garruk into the black version, sacking a guy to go get like a Thundermaw is also realistic. So there's just a lot of utility in these cards that make them really good.
And plus, you know, turning a Borderland Ranger into a Thundermaw Hellkite sounds pretty exciting.
Well, I would never do that because I won't sack Borderland Ranger because it's so perfect.
That's my bad.
But I did earlier in a feature match have to play add a Garruk in play. I had to fight an Angel of Serenity, play the other one, finish off the Angel of Serenity to get my Thundermaw back. Whatever it takes, Glenn. Whatever it takes.
All right. Well, what kind of decks are you hoping to dodge here? I feel like, you know, you got to appraise the matchups a little bit. You obviously have your plan against the control decks, but is that what you're more scared of?
Don't mind playing against control. Like, I think I'm a dog against Esper game 1, can clean it up after sideboard. The scariest deck I think to play against for me is Niblitz, just because it can kind of get going very, very quickly, whereas this deck, it's like a turn slower. You know, you have to like play Gyro Stage on turn 2, then you get to like do your thing, like turning into a 2-3 or a 3-4. But like if they're on the play and they have a champion of the parish, then like you're on the back foot a little bit, depending on how their draw goes. You know, there are some draws that you just can't beat anyway. But I don't want to really play against that deck. If I did, I would have like trickeries and stuff like that. Maybe like Master of the Fells. Yeah, to be better against it. My sideboard pretty clearly shows that I can win, but if we're talking about a matchup I don't want to play against, it would be that one.
Okay. Well, now that I have thoroughly jinxed you with the deck tech.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Does this mean you jinxed Tommy too?
Oh. I hope not.
Tommy,
I
sorry.
like Tommy.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's fine. Go, Tommy, go. 7-0 at the WMCQ.
Good luck to you as well.
Thanks, buddy.